Kia ora everyone again. This is a little primer on something we did in the last video that you may have done before, you may not have done before. This answers the question, what is the terminal? What is bash? And the answer to that is it's a file explorer. If I am on a Mac, or if I'm on a Windows, I can open up Finder and I can explore my files here. And I won't show you too much of what I've got, but you know, I've got some files here that I've downloaded. I've got some. Oh, I'm in the bin at the moment. There you go. These are the things I've deleted. I've got places I can visit on the side. I can copy files. I can delete files here. I can look through all of the information, all of the data, all of the files that are there on my computer. Terminal is very similar to this, except it's text-based. And there's lots more things that we can do with it as well. So if I'm on VS Code, I'm just in a blank workspace. I'm not in anywhere in particular. And I push Control Shift tilde is a short key. Oops, I actually have to click on that first. Control Shift tilde. It will open up a terminal for me. It's going to think about it for a little bit. And you'll see here in this drop-down menu, I'm in Bash. Now, Bash is the language, the commands that we are using to access the terminal. You may have something different there. Like I said last video, if you do have something different, can you get Bash so that you can follow along with us? It can work on Windows if you install Git Bash and you use that. Sometimes if you're familiar with Command Prompt or PowerShell and you can translate the commands that we do, feel free to do that. Awesome, good on you. But for now, I'm going to work in Bash. Okay, so I'm here, and what is this? I'm in a location at the moment, but where am I? I can do something called pwd and show where I am. Okay, I'm in a directory. I'm currently in /users/alex. Great. I can do all sorts of things here. I can make directories. I can see what's in here. I'm not going to show you all my files, but if you use the ls command, it will list everything that's in here. I suggest you do that for your own sake. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say cd tilde. Now, I believe that'll take me to the same place. It may have taken you somewhere different. Do that again. pwd, where am I? Yes, I'm in the same place. You might be somewhere different. But what we're going to do here is we're going to use a command called mkdir, make directory, and I want you to make a directory called dev. Dev for development, developer. That's where we're going to host all of our little projects in here. Great. It already exists for me. It should have been made for you. And so it gave me this little warning here that says, it already exists. I can't make it because I don't want to delete anything. For you, it should have made that directory. Now, cd means change directory. We're going to navigate to that file. Navigate to dev. Great. Now where am I? Well, let's print working directory again. Ooh, I'm now in, and hopefully see that down there. I'm now in /users/alex/dev. So I'm now in that folder. Okay, that's cool, but what's here? What's here? I can't see any files. I can't see any other folders. What's here? Well, now we can use that ls command. Oh my goodness, I've been doing a fair bit of coding recently. Here's a whole lot of things that I have been coding that are in here. For you, it should be empty. For me, it's got all of this nonsense in here. I want to make a new project folder. Every time we are working on a project, we need a new project folder. So again, I'm going to mkdir, and what I'm not going to call it is arcade, and you'll see why in a moment. That can cause us some errors. So we might call it learn arcade. and I'm going to do it in kebab case. I'm going to call it Learn Arcade, not Lear Arcade. There we go, Learn Arcade. Hey, great. Was it made? Did something happen? Nothing, maybe? Oh, let's see. LS. Is it there? Oh, let's look back at what it gave us. LS, oh, where is it? Ah, there it is. Wonderful. Oh, I like this zoom trick. This zoom trick is great. There it is. Learn Arcade. Well, let's change directory into it. Are you ready for this? I'm going to hit the magic button, which is tab, and it's going to autocomplete for me. Whoa, yes. Okay, great. And now, do you see here how this is changing? Previously, I was in the dev file folder, and now I'm in the, now I'm in the Learn Arcade folder. But I can print working directory again, and you'll see there that I'm in the Learn Arcade /users/alex/dev/Learn Arcade. All right, we're going to scroll all the way out. Okay, what's in this directory? Well, nothing. I just made it. We should make something in this directory. Let's make a file. Let's call it Python. No, let's not call it that. Let's call it first arcade game. So the magic command for that is touch, and I'm going to say first game.py. Always .py for a Python file, and make sure you don't put any spaces in any file names or in any folder names from now on for the rest of your life. Just get rid of spaces, use hyphens, use underscores, use full stops, use camel case, use anything else. Don't put spaces in file names. It will save you a lot of strife and headache and trouble. Okay, so we're going to touch that. Cool. Did it turn up? How do I tell? LS. There it is. Excellent. Now, because we've got Visual Studio Code installed, we should be able to say code dot. What does that mean? Dot is where we are working, which is this directory here, /users/alex/dev/learn arcade, or wherever you happen to be. And code means open this folder, this directory in Visual Studio Code. So here we go. And I should have a new Visual Studio window open up. My system's a bit slow at the moment, so maybe I'll just do a little dance, waiting for it to happen. There it is. Excellent. And our Python file is there. Cool. What's in our Python file? Let's take a look. Nothing. We haven't given anything there yet. Can we hello world? Gosh, if you're at this stage, you must have hello worlded a million times. But let's do it again. What happens when we hit play? Oh, I've got this thing saying Python extension loading. That's interesting. That is something that you may or may not have. If you have some boxes turn up here saying, would you like to install this extension or that extension, say yes. You need to have the Python extension installed in VS Code for it to be able to understand Python and to be able to execute it and actually run it. Before VS Code can actually understand and run Python, it's just a text file. It's just a text file. There's nothing fancy about it, and the code doesn't actually turn into anything meaningful. Should I be using Conda? No, I should not be using Conda. Go away, Conda. Conda is not what I want at the moment. This is a little bit fandangled. Don't worry about this. You don't have to do this. This is something with my system. Let's just try changing it from Conda. Maybe I'll edit this bit out. Maybe I'll just leave it in. Who knows? I don't want the Conda extension. I thought I changed it. There we go. I have changed it. Cool. Do you see that there? And it's a little bit cramped. I'm just going to extend that out. So here, here's the command for it to run that file, and here is the output of that file, and then it loads up that other another space for me to enter the next command. Oh, Conda active base. Oh, we're doing the whole Conda thing again. Oh my goodness, it is doing some funny things with me at the moment. But we have Hello World, and that's excellent. That's plenty. Python is working great. Okay, cool. Next thing. We want to make an arcade game in here. We want to use the arcade library. So the next thing we need to do is actually import it. Import arcade. And this is where you need to have done pip install arcade. If you haven't, do that now. Down here, run pip install arcade. Mine should say already satisfied. Hopefully, yep, requirement already satisfied. I've already got it. Excellent. Run that. If you don't, then it will install it. The other thing you could do, of course, is pip dash list. Whoops, that's not an option. Maybe it's -L. Oh, there's a pip command where you can list them. This is where you go to Google and check it. Okay, so we've installed arcade, and the next thing that we need to do is get a window working. So the command to do that here is arcade, and look at this. VS Code is auto-suggesting things for me. That's why we use it. Wonderful. Arcade dot open window. Hey, it knew that command was there. It gave it to me already. Open window is a function, therefore I need those brackets. Okay. Ooh, it's giving me a lot of information here. What does all this mean? Well, the first parameter, the first argument I need to give this function is the width, and its type is an integer. The second is height, and height is an integer. The next is the window title, and it's a string. The next is a boolean to say whether or not it's resizable, but see here how it's got that equals. That means that there's a default value, and I don't necessarily need to say what it is. And here is one about anti-aliasing it as well, but guess what? There's also this equals sign here. That means there's a default value. I don't need to specify it. So what do I need to give it? I needed to give it its width, which is an integer, comma, height, which is an integer, comma, window title, which is a string. Great. Well, let's give it an integer of 600, a width of 600, and a string, my first game. Great. Is that enough? Can I set that going? Oh, there we go. What's going to happen? And I'm looking down the bottom, and hopefully something should pop up and disappear. Maybe you had that pop up and disappear straight away. Mine is still thinking about it, actually, and I'm not sure why. I'm just going to Control-C it. By the way, you get into a sticky situation, Control-C, keyboard interrupt. And I'm just going to run it one more time. Hopefully everything's working, and I should have just a window flash and disappear. Why would it flash and disappear? Well, because the program's over. It opened the window. There we go. Window's open. Bam, it's gone. Hopefully you got the same thing. That's because the program finished. It's all done. We can close it. Great. I opened a window, says Python. I did everything you wanted me to do. I imported arcade, I opened the window, and that's it. Program's done. Okay, we need another command to keep it open, which is arcade dot run. Now hit play. There we go. Window's open. Maybe it looks slightly different to you. Maybe it looks like a Windows window. Hopefully you have this really cool little rocket icon down the bottom, and you have your first game ready to go. Maybe you've got a black screen. Mine's white. Oh well, too bad. And that's it. What happens if I hit play again? Nothing. Okay. Well, I'll close that one. Okay. Oh, it's taking a bit longer than I thought to do what I thought it would do. There it is. It's going to open again without me doing anything. By the way, if you want to rerun it, if you've made some changes to your game and you want to rerun it, you have to close that window again. Okay, so great. We've figured out how to... battery's dead. Okay, well this video is over anyway. We've figured out how to use Bash. We've figured out how to open up a new window in code. We've figured out how to make our very first game in arcade as well. Wonderful. That's a bit embarrassing, but oh well. I will see you in the next video. Ka kite anō.